How you doing? It's Mike Trigg.
Saba Baptiste.
And this is No Loss, It's Just Lessons.
Yes, welcome to another episode of Community and Family. We're going to continue from last week because we still got some nuggets to drop, to help families kind of have unity and plan for the future. So what better person to help us understand that concept than Mike Trigg?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna state some statistics that's gonna start the conversation. We have some research out there that says that Black American families, by the time of 2050, will have zero net, and we will get lost in the population. So there are some people push back on that, and I think we're one of them because of what we're doing today.
Right.
And there's some solutions, and it starts with the family, starts with the community, and then overall the society. Mike, what you think about that research?
That is, research is necessary because it gives you, I guess, the expert data. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But the reason why we're here, right, this podcast, to give you nuggets so the research become false.
Right, exactly. We have an opportunity to say how our future going to be. I agree with you. And so I'm going to start by asking you, one of the things that we all struggle with, because we have seen our story be retold and revisioned. So let's talk about 100 years from now. Do you think Mike Trigg will be mentioned then through your kids? And that's that continuation. And if they're going to mention you, what would they say?
Yeah, wow, that's a great question. Never had that proposed to me. But I like to think that if my kids don't mention me, it'll be okay. Okay. As long as somebody mentions my kids that I raised. Right. Mm-hmm. You understand? So that's how that legacy continues. Okay. They don't have to necessarily mention me, but they have to mention my children, who I instill great morals and values in. That's why you say when you have a family and you partake in the upbringing of your kids, you'll never die. Right. So you'll always live through your kids.
Right, right. So as hopefully it's a long time off before you become an ancestor, one of the things that happened in that space, they tell the story how it all got started. Right.
We tell the stories about my grandfather, Big John.
Right, exactly.
We tell a story about my granddaddy Trigg. Mm-hmm. My granddaddy Trigg was a yes man, never said no. And when you played sports, we all played together. Mm-hmm. But if you got off, if you played evenly, this is the story about my grandfather Trigg. If you played evenly, he'd give everybody money right there in front of each other. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But if you did something extraordinary, he'll put you to the side and say, look, don't tell them what I gave you now. Right. So that's the Trigg story right there. Right. Yeah, but they tell stories about Big John, how hard he was. Right. You know what I'm saying? So just like the question that you asked, he's been going now since 94. See? You know what I'm saying? And he still carry, and it comes up all the time. Exactly. By his kids. My Uncle Dave, my dad. Right. Me and my dad went to breakfast one time and I drove. And my choice of music, gospel music, like, man, my mother went and called my daddy. Yeah. Then when I got there, I got corned beef hash. My dad stood up and said, man, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Because that might have skipped them, but it came to me, Right. So, yeah, Right. Yeah.
And that's the thing, the legacy, we have to find a way in the families there's got to be a historian, right? Got to be a historian, maybe one or two. But if we don't tell our stories, nobody else will.
Yeah, we got this guy. He is the biggest guy in the inner city, named Rob Fennell, and I call him the inner city Tampa historian, because he knows a little bit about everybody and everything. He got pictures going way back. I mean, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying?
So he makes that his mission to.
No, he just, I don't know how he did it, but he just over the years he got pictures of my dad. Rob might be about 5 years older than me. Okay. Young lady, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, golly, I ain't seen you forever.
I know it. Yeah. Because I had to move from over here. It got too expensive.
So where you at now?
Somewhere I ate.
Oh, wow.
Outskirts of Grant.
Okay, all right.
All that suburbs.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but in the family there needs to be a historian because people will skip the generation. Like, what is the family tree?
Right.
How did it all get started with your 9 kids? You know, that's a wonderful start with the family tree.
Right.
And you as the head of that.
Right. Right. So me and my cousin Toy was talking the other day about just getting a family reunion going again for the family, because the only time we show up now is at a funeral. That's when we have the reunions these days. So, and it's just kind of hard. Even like this past week, it was we had a great week of work for the 4th of July. God really blessed this place. We had an overflow of people. We had some situations that, you know what I'm saying, with family, you know what I'm saying, trying to build a legacy. But everybody, to build a legacy, everybody has to play their part.
Yeah, it has to be.
You got to be a team.
Right.
And it was some things that didn't go as well as I would like, but we still got through it, and we addressed the issue and just moved forward.
So would that be documented as a family reunion?
Excuse me, with my cousin Toy?
Well, with an annual event like that, do you do that annually? Because that's the kind of things that bring you together.
We need to start doing it annually, you know what I'm saying? So it's always come down to a monetary, you know what I'm saying, issue.
Right.
And then, nobody wants to be able to put the whole cost of everything, but every time we've done something in the past, that's what it feels like. So we're trying to get away from that, but it's almost like, if you want to get it done, somebody's going to have to say, okay, let's do this, this, and this. And then if we left holding the bill, so be it. That's why you don't go annually, because we might do it this year, and if nobody participates with the financial part of it, then we just like, nah, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work for me.
Right. So it might be 5 years down the road. Yeah. Well, that's normal, but the good thing about it is that you do come together.
Right.
It may not be every year, because it may not need to be every year.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you, my older set, DJ, Maya, Johnny, and Bree, they have a family reunion every year, and this year they're hosting it here in Tampa.
That's
so that's gonna be pretty cool. I can partake in that. Know? So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah.
Right. So everybody, did you see anybody there that was new that you never met before? New kids, new relatives? Was there anybody?
Nah.
That's what usually happens at family reunions. New babies. New relationships come. Right. And so most of the time, the family reunion, because you've seen some real mature family reunions that do it every 3 years or every 5 years, and they have legacy books who show up or picture together. So that's something that I would love to see Konan start, because at least the kids will have a photo to show people this is my dad.
And the first, I'm really looking to doing that. I promise you.
Right.
But I want to say this real quick. We're talking about trying to educate, throwing nuggets out about parenting, marriage, and I ran to my good friend. I was doing the catering with the Housing Authority. I ran to Mike Sims, who recently got married. Me and Mike go way back, played boys and girls club football, played against each other in high school. And Mike said, man, Trigg, I said, man, congratulations on getting married. He said, Mike, I asked my wife before we got married, do you want a wedding or do you want to be a wife?
Oh, wow. Oh, that's important.
Or did he say, do you want to be married or do you want to be a wife?
Do you want
to be married or do you want to be a wife? That's what he said. And it goes both ways. Do you want to be a husband or you want to be married? You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Wedding.
No. Okay. I said it wrong. He said, do you want to be a wife or you want to be married? Okay. Do you want to be a husband or you want to be married? Okay. Because they're totally two different entities.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
One is the ceremony. Right.
Yeah. So he said, what he was saying is, most people want to say, oh, I'm married now, but don't want to have the duties of the wife.
Right.
Or the duties of the husband.
I agree with that.
Do you want to be a wife?
Right.
Because if you want to be married, go marry somebody else. I'm looking for a wife.
Right. That's
you know what I'm saying?
Really good.
Yeah, and that was so positive.
That's a good analogy.
I told him, I said, Mike, boy, my next podcast, I'm going to speak about that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's in the same thing what we were talking about.
It is.
And the kids, when you asked me some questions last time on the last podcast about, what can I tell people about marriage and how do you select a bride or how you select a husband?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And to answer that question, you know what I'm saying, I told you 3 things, but I want to tell you something that you got to get past, the physical, because it's going to fade.
Right.
Of course you want to date somebody attractive, and it's going to fade.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's going to get boring.
Right.
It's just
You know
going
what I'm
to
saying?
fade.
So you got to have somebody that's got some between their ears on both parts, men and women. And then you want to have somebody that's planning. They always got to stand behind you in solidarity. When you're right and wrong, and be able to tell you, and you stand with you when you're wrong in the presence of others, but when she gets you by yourself, hey, you know you was wrong for that.
And that's how it's done.
Yeah,
that's how
you know what I'm saying? So it's so much that we can talk on this about, planning. If you do it the right way, you'll win.
Right.
But that don't mean that it's going to be easy.
Right. Well, the value, if you look at a diamond, you don't see a diamond, you just see a rough rock, right? And it takes time to polish that rough rock down to a diamond. Right. That's just like marriage, You do see the glitz and the glamour in the beginning, and
it's
then
new. It's
right,
new.
it's new.
Yeah.
And now you got to look at the long-term potential.
Right.
Can this person and I be together forever? How they say it, or we can both go forward and do the best we can to make a best life for each other.
Right.
And that's a wonderful question. I like what he said.
Right.
So what did she say?
Well, he has a wife.
That's because she answered it right.
He has a wife.
Yeah, he has a wife. That's awesome.
Yeah, he a solid dude. He like us, solid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's in a fight with these children to make sure that the data you're talking about earlier, it's falsehood. It's not going to come to reality.
Right. We're not going to let it come to reality because we're going to write our own story.
Right.
And we're going to do our own job to make sure that doesn't happen.
Right.
And we're in a very good position when we look at family, because family have to be on board with this.
Right.
Family have to be on board.
You got to.
And that takes us to, what does our family look like?
What's going on, bro? All right.
What does our family look like in terms of going forth in the future? Because most of the time, believe it or not, having a small business kind of like says you're squaring the community.
Right.
And what does Mike Trigg family, wife and all, did you say you had like 8 people you had kids from?
No.
5. Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
9 kids. All of that matters in your life.
Right.
All of that says your future.
Right.
And so how important do you think your family and your kids matter to Culver City?
I think that a real big deal to Culver City for the things that, first of all, we grew up here.
Right.
And this is a close-knit neighborhood.
Right.
So to have 3 generations grow up right here, my dad, then my mom, then me and my brother, then my kids.
Right.
And then I put a business here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we've been here. I mean, like we came in, my mom was here in the early 50s.
Okay, that's very solid. That's solid.
Right. That's 75 years.
Right, that's solid.
In one neighborhood. So it's truly a blessing.
Yes.
But I think that the contribution that we made to Culver City is noted, and I think it's appreciated.
Right.
So
that's wonderful. So when you say 75 years, who was the first?
My grandmother's mom.
Okay. See, that's legacy, right?
Right.
She's almost to 100 years, 75 years, 25 more.
Yeah.
Will they still be talking about the grandmother? And that's the point I was making.
Right.
I like to just give an example. Like, I don't know if you ever heard of Jackson House.
Yeah, Jackson House over there behind the New Lounge, where the New Lounge used to be on, over there off of Nebraska.
Okay. So the problem with that, they're trying to make it a historical site because of the legacy behind it.
Right.
And that will be well over 100 years.
Right.
That we're still talking about the Jackson House and trying to make it a pretty much a historical site that
Right.
people, that we can tell the story about. And that's where I'm going with this, that we, family creates that.
Right.
Family, parenting, mother, father, community creates that.
Right.
Right. So I'm going to ask you another question.
Okay.
You answered the question that you made contributions to Carver City. And I asked you, how important are you to Carver City? And what would an official say, somebody in the public eye say about Konan's barbecue? Because I see everybody come here and eat your barbecue.
Right. Well, even the mayor, every time we have something, she shows up for us.
Right.
I mean, like we did when the COVID, when the pandemic, we had COVID shots here for the community. So I think that I got an award. It's called a Mike Trigg Award. It's for the Special Olympics.
Right.
I got so much that, you know what I'm saying? So just,
Right.
I mean, you know, so the things that I'm doing,
Right.
the things that I'm pouring into, the people I'm pouring into, it's not going unnoticed.
Right, and that's the point I'm making, that they're too writing your legacy.
Right,
They're writing
right,
your
right,
story.
right.
Yeah, but you got to have ownership of your own story. And
Yeah.
so, who you selected as a wife or as a mother of your kids,
Right.
how they representing the family, even if they're not a part of the Trigg, how do they represent their side to incorporate Mike Trigg? Because regardless, you are her child mother.
That's a great
father.
question.
Yeah,
that's
how
a good
they
question.
represent. Yeah,
I think that if
so
I
that's
can,
part of your legacy.
right. So Tawanza, that's my wife. She gonna be status quo. You know what I'm saying? She gonna carry my name. LaFay represents me very well. That's my oldest daughter, mom. Far as saying that will stand behind me in solidarity. LaFay, Tawanza, Shamika Williams will. That's my son, Mikhail's mom. And we just being honest and transparent. That's pretty much it.
Okay,
to be honest with you. I think that my other kids' mom, we're in a better place, but I don't know.
Right, that
You know
the
what I'm saying?
answer to that.
Yeah, I can't answer that truthfully.
Yeah, because that's hard to say.
But I can tell you this though, I will stand behind them in solidarity.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You know, and I have.
Right.
Anytime that you know, I can be there with them and do my part, I'm going to do it.
Right.
Right.
So it's important for Black Americans to.
Saba, that was important for me, for my kids.
Right.
To see.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Mike we always go out and we have a good time. You know what I'm saying? Me and him and his mom. But I wanted my other kids to have that same experience.
Right.
With me and their mom and their grandma. You know what I'm saying? So I've always anytime I had opportunity, let's go. Let's go. And sometimes, you know, I mean, one time we went to a game, man. We was in Conway, Arkansas, watching the Twins play basketball.
Okay.
And, you know, hey, I rented the biggest SUV I could find. Got my daughters in the car, and their teammates, and their mom and their grandma, and the mom just giving it to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For no reason.
Really?
I still don't understand that.
Your mom?
No, my kid's mom.
Your kid's mom. Oh my God.
Was just, oh my God. I was so ready to get back home, man. I couldn't believe that. But, you know, it's one of those things, man. You know, we got through it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My kids had a great time. Their team had a good time. Grandma had a good time. Hey, my shoulders are different.
Right.
You know what I'm
saying?
Yeah.
And because you can't prevent that.
Right,
you know,
right.
How they feel on the
Right.
inside, right? For
Right.
whatever reason.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. So what else you want to share with us in terms of, you know, parenting, pulling that conversation from last week now as a parent?
I'm so, like right now, I'm just more focused on my children.
Right.
You know, and you know, me and my son, my oldest son, we work out all the time, and Mike and Mikhail's doing well. And I talk to my kids, and I want to make sure that they watch this podcast. Because we talk about things, we discuss the podcast, but we also, these same nuggets that I'm trying to give to everybody that watches the podcast, I'm definitely trying to give them to my children.
Right.
Because I don't want none of my boys saying I got 9 kids from 5 different women.
Mm-hmm.
I failed them if that's the case.
Mm-hmm.
Value your seed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I'm at.
Well, I think everybody has their level of failure. I think failure would be to say that you didn't support them and you didn't participate in their lives.
Right.
So I don't think failure is the word to assign to you. You probably want it to be different.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
So what I'm saying is, and I think I use failure in the proper way. The reason why I say that, because if I have a kid that has 9 children and 5 baby mamas, I failed him. In the sense like, damn, you didn't follow the assignment. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can't make him do anything.
Right.
But they should look at my life and say, nah, man, I know my dad hardships. I know how hard it was.
Right.
I know I seen him with tears in his eyes.
So do they know your hardship?
Oh yeah. We talk about it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So we talk about it all the time. And we talk about it because I want them to understand it's not supposed to be like this.
Right.
It's already marriage, relationships, even with how you plan to parent your kids.
Right.
It's gonna be a battle already. Let's make it be a good one.
Right.
Let them be in the house with you every day.
Right. And never take out whatever going wrong with you on your kids, right? And try to keep that separate, because that's what you see a lot of people do. They kind of penalize the kid because things are not going right for them.
So Saba, anytime you got 2 grown adults, man and woman, and they blow up, and you can't see the baby. You can't see. Who you hurting?
That's right.
You're hurting the baby.
That's right.
That man gonna go ahead on. He gonna go back home, gonna eat a dinner. You know what I'm saying? And Saba, I experienced that. That shit sucks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wish I would have fought harder at certain times, but sometimes, man, you just be so beat down.
Yes.
I mean, and in this community, I want us to understand, man. Learn to love each other.
Yes.
Fight for what's right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's easy to walk away.
Yes.
I was talking to a good friend of mine, Moses. He's a great guy. I call them the Obamas. They just got 2 boys. Him and his wife. They're pharmacists. And he watched the last podcast, and he said, Mike, man, when I heard, I didn't realize you had 9 kids. So he said, yeah. He said, but man, it's kind of commendable, but that you fought to be in their life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the easy thing is to just like, when I went through that with Shane in North Carolina with Sherika, I could have said, man, I'm flying into town 5 times round trip to see my son, and I can't see him.
Wow. That's why failure somehow
right.
Apply.
So it ain't all on me, but it's still on me because I'm the man, and I fathered those children that way.
Right. So do you have a relationship with him now?
I do, but it's not the best in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like my relationship with DJ and DJ and Mike and Mikhail is pretty solid, and my daughters are great. Shane's a little different. And I don't know why. I can't put my hand on it, but I love him. I'm praying for him. I'm pulling for him. Come on, man, y'all good. So everybody say you can't bat 1,000.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I say, but I believe I can. I really do.
Get up every day to do that, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's
so
what we do.
Shane is expecting his first child, and
that's so awesome.
And I'm on Instagram, and I see this man massaging the baby, telling him how important it is to massage the baby. So I sent it to him right then, and he responded, "Thanks, Dad." Yeah, because I want my grandkids to be the best.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I want them to have everything.
That's right.
And that's why, you know what I'm saying, like, that's why you work, you know what I'm saying, and you prepare yourself, because I want to be a hell of a grandfather.
Right.
So.
So you're preparing for the future,
right?
And that's what it's all about.
Right.
Because they always plague us. A lot of even we say it that we don't think about the future. We think only about the here and the now. But I don't think so, because if we think about it, like you said, your mom started here, and you know that story.
Right.
And I think the reason why they say that is that we don't tell our story in a way that people can research it and say, hey, the Trigg family been here almost 100 years, or there was a founder, there was some of the first families in that area. Right. Was it a Carver City when you first moved here?
Yeah, well, I can't answer that. But I good seeing you. All right, see you later. All right. Don't stay away so far next time. Don't stay gone so long. Okay. I will. The next door, ma'am. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So I can't. So as far as I've known, it's always been Carver City.
Okay.
So I know it was a small area, swamp area. That's why they gave it to us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then we end up landing on the gold mine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And that's my point. A lot of families, black families, are founders of certain areas.
Right.
They were the first families in that area.
Right.
And so when most people are founders, they go in the history book as being the first families in those areas.
Right. But I can tell you that I wouldn't be surprised if the contributions that my family, both sides, have made here is washed away. You know what I'm saying? Due to they're trying to take all the contributions away that we've made in America and in the world.
Exactly.
For people of color. So it would surprise me at all. You know what I'm saying? But the story got to be told.
Exactly.
Even the movie 300. I don't know if you watched the movie yet.
Oh, I watch it all the time. I like it.
Well, yeah. Okay. So it was one guy.
Yeah.
He couldn't do his eye was messed up. So in 300, you got to be perfect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Everything.
So Leonardo sent him back to tell the story.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So the story be told the right way.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
On the battlefield. You
Yeah.
were here. Now you're injured. You're gonna take our story back.
Right.
So we can get reinforcement.
Right.
And that's one of my favorite movies.
But so you'll watch that, but you won't watch The Passion of Christ.
I didn't say.
Wow.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
Okay. Yeah. Tell me about it. Yeah. Passion of Christ is the best movie going. You know what I'm saying? I'm for real.
Okay, I'm gonna put that on my bucket list.
I mean, you've been saying that now for like 2 years.
But I'm still gonna put it on the bucket list.
Okay, all right.
Okay, I'm planning to be here for a while.
All right.
So and those are the things that we have to think about, how we want our story told.
Right.
Because if you notice, in 300, he sent the central person, the combat guy, back, because it got to be one of us.
Right.
It can't be somebody outside, because we'll never be mentioned.
Right.
And the revision of history is real when it comes to us.
Yeah.
It's real. And so we don't want other people to tell our story.
Right. So I think that we're like right now, when we go out, all my kids, same thing. Anytime I'm out for dinner, whatever the bill is, I said, what's 25% of the bill? Whatever it is. And my son Shane, as soon as I said, boom, he's accurate to the cent. And Mike told me something, man, listen, I don't know that if my kids ain't gonna know it either, so you asking my children. You know what I'm saying? But that's gonna be the story. In my absence, I'm pretty sure they're gonna all eat dinner together at some point, and somebody gonna say, what's 25% of the bill? And they might get emotional because that's my thing. It's not one time that we ate as a family.
Well, that's funny. I do that when we go out as a family.
You know what I'm saying? And I said that. You know what I'm saying? So
ever since they were little, it's a math thing.
Right, exactly.
It's a math thing. Just knowledge.
My daughter Snuggie, Mikhail, told me something.
I don't give 25 cents.
No, I give 25%. So Snuggie say, "Oh, come on, Dad, man, ask me an LSAT question or something, man." Snuggie, it's a basic math question.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So Shane would spit that out so fast.
Yes, and that's what you're known for. That's going to be something where if Dad was here, he'll be asking you what's 25% of the bill. And that's the nuggets that we have to say. Family is important. If you want to be remembered, you have to participate.
Right, and you got to be involved.
Right, you
got to be involved.
You
can't give up.
That's right.
Stay in the fight.
That's right. Find a way to bring them all together so they can go forth knowing their dad and their mom.
Man, I played for this guy, Melvin Pete. and he's a Jackson State legend. Played quarterback in the SWAC in the '80s, and he coached me at Stillman College, man. And he was hands-on. We didn't have over here, brother. Over here. There you go. Sorry about that, sir. So he was always on hand. So he was hands-on on everything. We didn't have playbooks. You had to learn it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Store it right here.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then any time that he coached hard and somebody would give some word, he'll say, yeah, raised by a fucking woman.
Right.
Because you got to have the last word. You know what I'm saying? And when he said, I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? He was letting you know, nah, bro, when you're a man, you take tough coaching and instruction, listen and make the necessary adjustments.
Right.
That's how you become a man.
Right.
And that's a black college legend.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's a black college lesson.
And so if you don't, that means you was raised by a woman?
Well, it's very rare that and I can say this, it's very rare that I met a dude that when he was coached hard or gave him a lesson and he didn't agree with it, he dropped his head, first of all, would look you in the eye, and then say, well, try to give you a pointless rebuttal. You know, that's what I'm saying. I experienced it here with my new cook. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell him where I want things done.
Constructive criticism.
Yeah. So I'm saying, hey, bro, no. Man was busy, Calm down. Hey, listen, this is going to be a mentorship for you.
Right.
As well as a job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what they tell you. You know what I'm saying? So get yourself together. Don't get your underwear in the knot. Just listen. Moving forward, this is how I want things done.
Right.
And when you're talking to a man, keep your head up and look him in the eye.
Right.
And you're going to be better for it. Even because I don't know how long you're going to work here, but when you go into your new job, you'll be better suited for it.
Right.
That's my job.
That is your job.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what I bring to this community.
That is.
So when I see these little boys walk, hey man, let me just tell you something. When I see these kids walking up down the street, hey, I'm gonna tell you this right here. I'm gonna give you a nugget. You might not want it, you might not want to hear it, but if you cut your hair and brush it and get waves, you have more opportunity. I'm just telling you what God loves. That's the truth. You know what I'm saying? They already stereotyping us already, making things harder for yourself. Okay, now, if you're gonna have your hair like that, make sure it's maintained.
Right.
Okay? Now, you wanna pull your pants up if you want a job.
Right.
You wanna tuck your shirt in and put a belt on? Right. Come on, man, give yourself opportunity. Case in point, Mike. Mike was driving at probably like 15. I just bought him a car. He had no license or nothing.
15?
Yeah. He was driving from school and the police stopped him. Clean cut, he got all these things, all these offer things, all these lashes from different colleges. He said, well, man, you got your learner's permit? He said, not on me, not yet, something like that. And the police say, well, what's your name? He said, Michael Trigg. He did have identification.
Right.
Oh yeah, you the guy, you know what I'm saying? Yes, sir? Yes, sir. That's what he said, yes, sir. Hey man, get this car home before it get dark.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to conduct yourself a certain way. Now, just imagine, hey, he had dreads and he was all this way right here, shirt off, sagging, playing loud music. This is a part of parenting. I had to tell my son, because when they was killing Floyd and all those guys, they said, look here, I told all those guys at the private school, yeah, y'all protected on the campus, the biracial guys. Out in the real world, hey, bro, you black. You gotta crack that window and hand your ID out that window and say, now I gotta call my parents. That's what my dad told me to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So everything, you gotta parent through the good, bad, and the ugly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So don't bring a kid in this world if you're not prepared to parent in the good, bad, and the ugly.
That's true.
The ugly is in society.
That's it.
The good and bad can be in your house, when you and your wife, when your wife have a disagreement. The ugly is when you see the injustice going on in society.
Exactly.
Come on, man.
No, it's a full circle, right? You got to be there through it all.
Yeah.
You know, from
it's
start
tough.
to finish. Yeah.
Shit tough, man.
So I think we exhausted this. I think we hand some nuggets. I think the nuggets is that family.
Right.
Right. And you got to have the right people in your family. You got to have the right husband. You got to have the right wife. And then you have kids, and then you got to come together to raise those kids.
So I'm gonna just say this too in closing. You can't pick your family that you're born into.
That's right.
You're stuck with each other. Now, it's a family, and Mikhail, my daughter Snuggie just said this, the family that you're born into, then it's a family that you create.
Right.
Okay, the family that you create has to be what you desire, what you did your due diligence, and you researched this, you researched that, and this is the best guy for me, and I'm the best girl for him to start a family.
Right.
For our goals to come together and accumulate and accomplish what we want to do, what we set out to do as a family together. Okay, now when I have 9 kids, so they're close. But when you have your own family, you gotta live your life. You gotta live for your significant other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We still gonna have our days when we come together, the reunions, the dinners.
Right.
Where we come together. But you gotta be comfortable in your own skin and living your life today. All my kids are grown.
Right.
I don't have a kid under 21.
You don't have a kid under 21?
No, I don't.
Your beautiful daughter?
No, I don't have a kid under 21.
How old is she?
She's 22. Yeah.
Oh, she.
Yeah, what's going on? Come on, guys. Y'all good?
She looks like she's like 17 or something.
No.
Well, and she's the one going to the military.
She be leaving on the 20. What's up, boy?
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, get on the camera real quick. This my boy right here. Come on. This Gerard right here. He plays for Buffalo Bills.
What's up, brother?
Yeah. Hey, hold on. Just some partner. What's going on? Right, you doing, man? Hey, so look. So this right here. When he did his signing, he was a Gator. When he did his signing, SEC Network, he was right here. He did it at Konan. He was over there. We only had that spot right there then.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So, gotcha.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you got to give me. I told him that last time.
Is he still a Gator?
He's nothing for Buffalo Bills.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, that's my partner.
That's awesome.
Yeah, went to Cambridge Christian School.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
Oh yeah.
Great.
So you, back to what I was saying. You got to be comfortable, and you got to love your siblings, and you got to live your life.
Right.
You know, y'all. It's not about agreeing at this point with everything y'all do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got your life. They got their life. I got my life. But when we come together, you know, I demand that respect and love for each other.
Right.
That's it.
I agree with that. I agree. Being able to compartmentalize and prioritize which one is the most important.
Right.
And sometimes siblings don't understand that.
Right.
They think nothing changes because whatever they want out of a relationship.
Right. No. Yeah, you're right.
Sometimes you got to tell them no.
Right.
And that never turns out well. Most of the time it doesn't turn out well.
But that's the thing. When they have time to look at it and say, you know what, they're right, I'm wrong.
Right.
Or
I was rational person.
Right.
A rational person.
A prudent person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, and that's it, man. So, hey, just remember this right here on the marriage tip. This is not mine. I ain't gonna take any credit for it. It's Mike Sims.
I know.
Do you want to be a wife or you want to be married? And for the ladies, do you want to be a husband or you want to be married? It's duties that come with being a husband. It's duties that come with being a wife.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
A lot of duties because you have duties separate from the man, and you gotta refine those duties to make sure it can build a happy home.
Right.
Yes, absolutely. So thank you, Tampa Bay, for listening to us. And we want to say we're hoping that you found something that you can use in your family, because we're all about unity, community, and we want to be here. So tell your story. Find a way to tell your story about your family and the nuggets and the things that you're known for, and continue to educate your children about who you are as people, because once you're gone, no one else is going to tell your story.
I can't say anything else. She just said everything for me. So, hey, until next time, on the yo.
Yes, thank you.
Pow.
Next time. Yeah, nobody's going to tell your story, man. That's the